Today I'm reviewing the Sonos Arc Ultra Soundbar with Dolby Atmos and voice control in black, designed for 9.1.4 surround sound with TV and music. If at any point you want to check current pricing or availability, it's linked below. I've had this soundbar in my living room for several weeks, watching movies, streaming shows, gaming, and playing music, paired with a TV and occasionally with other Sonos speakers. This review reflects how it actually performs in everyday use, not just what's on the spec sheet. Let's set expectations clearly. This is not a full dedicated surround speaker system with separate amps and speaker wires everywhere. It's not going to replace analog speaker setups in large home theaters with massive room size. And it's not a basic Bluetooth speaker that simply makes sound louder. What this is a premium soundbar built to expand TV audio, deliver immersive Atmos effects, and integrate into a modern, flexible wireless system. The first thing you notice in everyday use is clarity. Dialogue in shows and movies floats forward in a natural way. You don't feel like you're constantly nudging the volume up and down to hear voices over effects. It's controlled and intelligible across varied content. Atmos high channels in compatible scenes genuinely add a sense of dimension. It's not artificial reverb. You hear layered cues above and around you that make soundtracks feel bigger without sounding disconnected from the screen. When I play music through the Arc Ultra, the experience shifts appropriately. Stereo tracks feel wide and roomy. Vertical cues in Atmos mixes come through with subtle depth rather than just added loudness. It doesn't sound like a handful of drivers firing randomly, it feels coordinated. The integration with voice assistants is practical rather than intrusive. You can issue commands and it responds reliably without interrupting playback or feeling like a gimmick. Wireless setup and normal use are straightforward. Once connected to your network and TV via HDMI ARC, switching between streaming services or sources feels natural. In everyday life, this soundbar stays unobtrusive. There's no distracting fan or electronics noise, all you hear is the audio it produces. Now let's be honest about limitations. This isn't a substitute for a full discrete surround system with separate rear speakers and dedicated subwoofers if your priority is absolute scale or floor-shaking low bass. While the built-in sub-drivers and processing give you meaningful low-end support, pairing with a Sonos sub or additional speakers expands depth and fullness significantly. In very large rooms, the sonic image still benefits from discrete speakers behind you for full surround immersion. The Arc Ultra's virtual surround cues are good, but physical surrounds still offer more precise spatial separation. If you compare this to a basic soundbar, the upgrade is very noticeable: clearer dialogue, richer Atmos cues, and stable performance across content. If you compare it to large multi-component systems with a receiver and separate drivers, this trades some raw scale for simplicity and ease of use. Where this makes the most sense is for buyers who want immersive Atmos sound without complex wiring, value clear dialogue and spatial depth for movies and TV, appreciate a music-friendly soundbar that adapts between content types, prefer easy voice control and wireless flexibility if your priority is the deepest bass or ultimate surround precision with speaker placement tailored to your room. Adding subwoofers and surrounds or going separate components will still outperform this. Overall, the Sonos Arc Ultra feels purposeful and well-balanced. It delivers immersive, articulate sound without overhyped claims or unnecessary complexity. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs.